Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Umar Usman Kadafur, the Deputy Chairman of our great party, Honorable Dr. Ali Bukar Dalori, Chairman of our state party, APC, Honorable Ali Bukar Dalori, Honorable Bella Ayuma, former Deputy Governors of Borno State that are here, Speaker, Borno State House of Assembly, distinguished Senator Mohamed Ali Ndume, distinguished Senator M.T. Mongono, distinguished Senator Kakashaw Lawan, SAM, Ambassador Ahmed Jidda, members of the House of Representatives, is Mukhtar Betar Ali present? Okay. Honorable Abdul Qadir Rahis, Honorable Bukar Kareto, Honorable Zainab Gimba, Honorable Ibrahim Abuna. Is this Sumadan around? Honorable Ahmed Jaha, Honorable Engineer Satomi Ahmed, Honorable Engineer Bukar Talba, Principal Officers of the Borno State House of Assembly. It is my singular honor and privilege to be in this honorable house today to present to you, Mr. Speaker, and honorable members of the Borno State House of Assembly, the highlights of the programs which the present government hopes to pursue during the 2025 year. This is the sixth appropriation bill since the inception of this administration. This privilege should not be seen as an occasion or the mere ritual of tabling proposed appropriation bill, but an opportunity to acknowledge and appreciate the productive partnership we have collectively nurtured as distinct organs of government who rights partnership for the delivery of good governance to the good citizens of Borno State. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this budget presentation is an opportunity for us to show how we are matching our promises as stated in our 10-FAC agenda and Borno State's 25-year development plan and 10-year strategic transformation initiatives for sustainable development with definite action plans. The policies and programs in this budget are aimed at improving upon what we have done so far in the previous sectors of our state economy. With a view to pursuing recovery from the over 15 years devastating insurgency and the recent Maiduguri flood disaster by redirecting resources to improve on the infrastructure in the state and improve the living standard of our people. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, government also intends to recover on a strong footing by supporting flood victims, post-insurgency and the current hardship facing our people due to removal of fuel subsidy by the federal government. It is in the light of the above and in our total commitment to improve the quality of lives of our people that we have decided to tag the Borno State budget for the year 2025 as a budget of recovery and continuity. Under this banner, we shall mobilize both human and material resources to transform the lives of our people. Let me reiterate that this is the time for all of us to unite for a prosperous Borno State. This is the time to collectively optimize emerging opportunities in a rapidly changing Borno State. Let us begin to rebuild our state with determination and optimism Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we intend to continue with our policy on prudent management of resources, observance of due process, ensuring good value for money, completion of all ongoing projects, provision of basic infrastructure, general increase in agricultural production, improving commercial activities, youth empowerment, safeguarding lives and properties, job creation, and encourage the rapid increase in number of micro, small, and medium enterprises. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the recent flood disaster affected about 2 million people in the state. The flood water swept through homes, businesses, and streets, displacing thousands of residents in Maiduguri and causing widespread damages to properties and infrastructure. Many people were trapped in their homes, and some were even drowned in the rapidly rising water. The flood also had a significant impact on the city infrastructure with roads, bridges, health facilities, schools, and buildings severely damaged or destroyed. The city water supply and electricity system were disrupted. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, each disaster, the people of Borno State have consistently demonstrated resilience, rebuilding and improving upon what existed in this tragic incident. My thoughts and prayers are with the victims of the entire families affected. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it is very reassuring to note that this budget will focus on the following areas: security and stability, food security, economic recovery, number 3, page 4, infrastructure and development, social services, and sustainability. A review of the 2024 fiscal budget. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I would like to start a review of our achievements for the year 2024 by placing on record the immense support, understanding, and cooperation of this honorable House, which had enabled us to work assiduously towards uplifting the standard of living and well-being of our people, as well as fulfilling our electioneering promises of delivering the dividends of democracy to all and sundry. Mr. Speaker, the successes of our administration have to a larger extent attributed to cordial and harmonious working relationships between the three arms of government, that is the executive and the judiciary. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this distinguished House has continued to grant timely approval to our request and submission, which has been unprecedented. I have to express my sincere appreciation to you and all principal officers and other distinguished honorable members of the Borno State House of Assembly for the immeasurable support to the government without compromising the independence of the legislature, which in a democratic arrangement ensure check and balances, as well as maintain cordial relations between the executive and the legislative arm. Let me also use this opportunity to express my profound appreciation to the members of the National Assembly that are sitting here for their continued support to Borno State as well as to the nation, especially during this time around. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, while thanking you and honorable members for the unrelenting support and cooperation, may I passionately solicit that this kind of understanding, commitment, mutual respect, and support continue for the benefit of the people. The September 2024 flood disaster has left behind devastating effect on the people of the state because of the colossal damage to lives and properties, as well as public infrastructure. Government had put in place robust mechanisms that will ensure return to normalcy through the provision of humanitarian support to victims, as well as assistance in rebuilding their homes, place of businesses, and other public infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, to this effect, government as of today had released the sum of 22 billion naira only as state government contribution to the Maiduguri flood disaster fund for victim support, reconstruction and rehabilitation of public infrastructures damaged by the flood. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in the 2024 budget, tagged Budget of Consolidation and Progress, government budgeted the sum of 359 billion, 722,146,000, which was made up of 208 million, 371 billion, 208 billion, 371 million, 260,000 for the capital, and about 150 billion naira for recurrent expenditure. Mr. Speaker, the 2024 budget projections were predicted on the federal government's fiscal forecast for the 2024-2026 medium-term expenditure framework, with crude oil benchmark of $77 per barrel, a daily production of 1.5 million barrels per day. It projected a national inflation rate of 21.4%, national GDP growth rate of 3.76%, as well as an exchange rate of 750 for US dollar. The implementation of the 2024 budget had achieved appreciable level of success as government adopted specific measures and strategies to match the prevailing economic realities in the state, which ensured that the projected targets and set goals of the 2024 were realized. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, permit me to, at this juncture, crave the indulgence of the distinguished House to report our achievements for the year 2024, sector by sector. General Administration. The performance of any budget depends on the crucial roles played by different categories of civil servants and the ministries, departments, and agencies in its implementation. Mr. Speaker, the Government House, as the seat of the administration, had been critical to the implementation of the set of goals of government. The Government House had assisted in the maintenance of security, which is important for any meaningful development. The Government House had purchased various operational vehicles for use by the security operators in the state. The Office of the Secretary of the State Government, which takes charge of coordinating the affairs of the government activities, had made significant impact during the year under review. In addition to its core mandate of ensuring smooth running of government, had continued to ensure that all NYC members fostered to the state enjoy the age-long hospitality for which Borno State is well known. The office pays regular monthly allowances of core members and fair augmentation in respect of NYC orientation camp. The office further undertook the rehabilitation of the NYC temporary site, which enabled the resumption of camps activities in the state. Mr. Honorable Speaker, members, the Office of the Secretary of the State Government in the year 2024 processed the establishment of new agencies as well as committees to ensure government goals were achieved. The following agencies were created with the support of the Borno State House of Assembly: Borno State Drugs and Medical Consumable Management Agency, Borno State Social Investment Management Program, Borno State Livestock Management Agency, Borno State Information and Communication Technology Development Agency, Borno State Investment Promotion Agency, and the revised Borno State Senior Secondary Education Board law. Mr. Speaker, to reduce bureaucratic bottlenecks associated with the running of civil service, government constituted 13 committees to address these specific problems that will ensure timely service delivery to our people. The committees are Borno State Ease of Doing Business, Committee on Flood Disaster Relief Disbursement, Committee on Assessment of Aloe Dam, Committee for the Screening and Verification of State, Local Government, and Local Education Authority pensioners in the state. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Office of the Head of Service during the year 2024 trained various categories of civil servants on various topics, conducted promotion examinations for permanent secretaries and other cadres, paid furniture allowances and gratuities, among other achievements. The Civil Service Commission and the Local Government Service Commission continued their core mandates of the promotion and discipline of staff in the mainstream civil service and local government respectively. The Civil Service Commission also undertook the installation of solar power system in its office. The Department of Monitoring and Evaluation had in the 2024 continued with the monitoring tours to local governments to inspect ongoing projects, conducted capacity building on monitoring and evaluation for staff within the headquarters, and zonal offices, as well as senior special assistants and special assistants. The Borno State Security Trust Fund provides and maintains security operational vehicles, working kits, logistics, and motivational support to Operation Show of Force personnel during the nationwide strike, and medical assistance to injured volunteers engaged in the fight against insurgency. Page 10, agricultural development and food security. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, our state being agrarian with bulk of the population engaged in the farming, rearing livestock, fisheries, among others, government had placed emphasis on provision of inputs to boost agricultural production in the state as well as post-harvest losses. In the year 2024, government through the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources implemented significant numbers of projects in both rain and irrigation agriculture for the benefit of the people. Government provided subsidy on the agricultural production indices such as seeds, free transport service, fertilizers, and agrochemicals. The ministry was able to achieve the following in the year 2024. Distribution of seeds, agrochemicals, agricultural assets comprising of rice mills, corn shellers, grain threshers, groundnut decortico, groundnut oil extractors, water pumps, fertilizers to about 70,000 beneficiaries across the state. Procured 318 disc plow and harrows, 30 self-propelled grain threshers, tractor full water tanks, 10 units of 90 horsepower tractors with complete accessories for dry season, mega pumps, and other implements to enhance agricultural mechanization and services across the state. Drilling of tube wells, supplies of conventional water pumps and accessories, solar water pumps to pilot efficiency, supplies of fertilizer and pre-mechanization services for land preparation in the state, rehabilitation of greenhouse for raising seedlings, installations, upgrading and optimization of solar borehole, and establishment, rehabilitation and expansion of drip schemes across the state, livelihood support of rice, maize, and beans to 250,000 vulnerable farmers, heads of household to safeguard the city, to provide access to dairy cows, milking machines with accessories were procured. Procurement of modular tomato processing and packaging machines to reduce post-harvest losses, amongst others. To enhance the breeding of livestock, modern artificial insemination equipment, embryo transfer and germ plasm bank were procured for establishment at the Muhammad Lawan College of Agriculture. Ongoing establishment of wheat farms in Dabarmari, Njibi and Bama, targeting 1,500 hectares, and support dry season farmers at Jerebau, Dusuman, Gongulon, Zabarmari, Faria, Kiribiri, Alaw, Ngudda, Adaya, Dala, and Koshebe. Njibi in Biu, Bama and Gudaram of the local government areas with 2,002 wells, currently undergoing drilling. AG note for mechanization, services, water pumps and PMS, agrochemicals and fertilizers. Establishment of Kavi and Kadaba mega pumps in Mile 3 Baga, Kavi mega pumps in Gajiram, Groundnut mega pumps in Gubio, CCM mega pumps in Magumeri, Kavi and Kasaba mega pumps in Amarwa, and Bama, maize and Kavi mega pumps in Biu and Damboa, rice mega farm in Chibok, Kavi mega farm in Gamboru Pump House respectively. This has encouraged our farmers, youths and women, IDPs, to farm this year and has created cash for work in the communities, whereby report shows no crime committed during the period of the cultivation of them in the communities. Establishment over 8,000 hectares of mega farm currently ongoing at Mafa and Tikwa and Gaborungala to supplement losses due to flood during the rainy season, thereby taking advantage of the saturated soils for cultivation. It is gratifying to note that this year we had a very good bumper highways. And therefore, there is a need for us to be grateful to the Almighty Allah. Educational facilities. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, education had in the 2024 received adequate government attention through the timely release of funds to undertake activities in the sector. The Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation during the period under review achieved the following: infrastructural development, mega schools and major projects. Kalari Mega School constructed a 2-story complex with 60 classrooms, 6 laboratories. Automation was introduced to revolutionalize the budget preparation and implementation. 6 laboratories, administrative block, landscaping, and toilet facilities in Zanari General Local Government area. Moy Musari Junior Primary School constructed 2-story buildings of 60 classrooms. An admin block, landscaping and toilets in Mairi General Local Government area. Tashan Bama Mega School constructed a 2-story building with 48 classrooms, 6 laboratories, perimeter wall fencing, landscaping and recreational facilities in Mairi General Local Government area. Secondary schools and higher Islamic colleges that were established and commissioned 25 secondary schools. Newly built and then completely rebuilt. Names of the secondary schools are as follows: Government Day Secondary School Maiduguri, Government Day Secondary School Bulabulindabe, Government Day Secondary School Wulari, Government Day Secondary School Mairi, Government Day Secondary School Gonidam Gamari, Government Day Secondary School 77 Estate, Government Day Secondary School 1000, Government Day Secondary School Garamuri, Government Secondary School Malakari, Government Junior Secondary School Malay, Government Day Secondary School Dala, Government Day Secondary School Yerimari Gongulong, Government Day Secondary School Banki, Government Day Secondary School Dagra, Government Day Secondary School Ngoshe, Government Day Secondary School Kirawa, Government Day Secondary School Gurjan Dambua, High Islamic School in Dambua, Government Day Secondary School Filin Firgi Biu, Government Day Secondary School Tumbiu, High Islamic School Choir, Government Day Secondary School Bilakuti Choir, Government Day Secondary School Gashani, Government Day Secondary School Kubo Demo Shani, and Government Day Secondary School Balwayo. All these schools were either newly built or completely reconstructed. Constructed 5 schools each, consisting of 20 classrooms, in addition to the 20. ICT blocks, staff quarters, toilet facilities, and secure perimeter walls in Dombua, Jere, MMC, Kwakusara, and bio-local government areas, enhancing access to quality education and providing a safe learning environment. Established 9 new high Islamic schools in Kukawa, Nganzai, Magumeri, Gubio, Mobar, Askira, Kwayakusar, Ngala, and the local government areas, integrating Islamic and modern education, fostering educational recovery and development. Provide perimeter fencing, landscaping, and recreational facilities at 9 secondary schools for improved security. Human capital. Training of 5,531 teachers in advanced pedagogical skills, upgrading 2,847 teachers, and provide minimum wage benefits to all qualified teachers in our primary schools. Paid WAEC and NECO examination fees for 25,000, paid international scholarships to 652 students, and awarded local scholarships to 1,088 students in nursing and allied health programs. Trained and graduated 9,689 students in various vocational and technical skills, equipping each with a starter kit. Achieved a 60% reduction from our out-of-school children. Distributed over 100,000 exercise books and 17,000 dignity kits in collaboration in UNICEF to support girls' education. Drill 1 million liter capacity borehole and installed 100 solar street lights at Mogolis, upgraded security measures, and improved facilities across various institutions. Trained 1,051 teachers at the College of Education Wakabiu, upgraded 61 teachers to NCE qualifications, and sponsored staff for advanced degrees. Borno State University Staff Development sponsored 72 academic staff for further studies, sponsored 35 for research, and held professional development. Equipped 20 new senior secondary schools with 80 lab furniture sets, extensive vocational materials, and instructional resources for literacy and numeracy programs. Delivered 12,000 units of two-seater decks, school decks, and 1,500 teachers' furniture for newly constructed schools. Provided scholarships to 300 orphans and underprivileged students, supported vulnerable students, and expanded access to education for marginalized communities. Mr. Speaker, the state government in its drive to strengthen and reinvigorate the educational sector, especially in the area of secondary school education, changed the former Teaching Service Board to Borno State Secondary Education Board, which is in line with the federal government initiative of establishing a similar board for ease of coordination and efficiency. Mr. Speaker, the board had undertaken as part of intensive training, granted approval for 350 teachers to undergo training in various institutions of learning within and outside the state for enhanced productivity and professional growth. The board also, with the support of the state government and MCRP, trained 1,000 teachers on teaching methodology. In the basic education sector, government had placed high premium to ensure that pupils at primary and junior secondary levels are provided with necessary facilities for effective teaching and learning. In this regard, the Borno State Universal Basic Education Board in 2024 constructed classrooms, staff quarters, staff rooms, perimeter pens, drill, boreholes, and procure kits, equipment, and fabrication of furniture in different local government areas across the states. Some of the projects that were done by the Universal Basic Education Board include construction of 2 blocks of classroom with office stores and toilets at Mongono, construction of 2 blocks of 2 classrooms with office stores and toilet at Chapman, amongst others. Verse 19, rehabilitation works. Awarded contracts for the remodeling and rehabilitation of 74 classrooms at different locations within the state. Some of the projects were completed, others at routine level, and remaining ones ongoing at various levels of completion. Rehabilitated and upgraded 2 existing boreholes from motorized to solar power boreholes with steel stand and PVC water tanks. In summary, the Borno State Library Board had undertaken the following: renovated badly affected all library buildings which serves as administrative blocks, among others. Mr. Speaker, the Borno State Scholarship Board had made significant contribution to the educational development of the state by awarding scholarships to 31,369 students to pursue their studies both within and outside the country, resulting in the disbursement of the total sum of 9,688,055,675 to the beneficiaries. Mr. Speaker, the Scholarship Board had prioritized the award of the scholarships in fields critical to the state development, including science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM. Mr. Speaker, under this program, government has sponsored 300 students to pursue undergraduate, master's, and PhD degrees in India, Malaysia, Egypt, Sudan, and China, among others. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Borno State Education Trust Fund, during the period under review, had recorded tremendous achievements. Notable among them is consistently paying the school fees and transportation of 1,105 sponsored students who are largely orphans, children of vulnerable parents, or from educational disadvantaged local government areas of the state, studying at the federal unity colleges. Additional 52 orphans and children of vulnerable parents who completed basic education at Muhammad Buhari Academy, Mega School, were fully sponsored for senior secondary education at FGCC Mongono. Page 22, Health and Human Services. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, government had accorded topmost priority for the provision of affordable healthcare delivery to all the people of Borno State. It was in this regard that the Ministry of Health and Human Services, as part of our 10-pact agenda, constructed 2 new eye and dental hospitals in Mongono and Pew. And inshallah, in the next month, we shall commission them. This initiative will greatly reduce the risks of traveling to the state capital for eye and dental health challenges. In addition, government in the year 2024 constructed a general hospital in Dambwa and rehabilitated the general hospital in Gajiram. Government had also upgraded the Brigadier Abakari Memorial Center to a general hospital and renovated a Bantu ward in Umoru Show Memorial Hospital in Maiduguri, in addition to the rehabilitation of the general hospital in Goza. Mr. Speaker, in our effort to revitalize the healthcare delivery system and produce the manpower to manage our hospitals, government undertook construction of 2 colleges of nursing in Mongono and Goza, and they are about to be completed. And inshallah, in the next 2 months, we shall complete the 2 colleges of nursing in Mongono and Goza. Government has awarded contract for the supply of equipment to these facilities. The state government also established the College of Health Sciences at the Borno State University Teaching Hospital, while the construction of the radiology and the CSSD part of the hospital had reached an appreciable level. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Borno State Contributory Health Care Management Agency in the year 2024 expanded the universal health coverage by conducting enrollment of 94,947 vulnerable indigents across the 27 local governments into the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund. The agency further disbursed a monthly capitalization to 171 primary healthcare centers across the state from January 2024 to date, amounted to the sum of 555 million naira, 572,651 naira, 16 kobo. The agency also settled claims in respect of fees for service to accredited hospitals. Borno State Contributory Healthcare Management Agency received the sum of 112 million naira as the state's counterpart funding in the year 2024. Mr. Speaker, the Borno State Hospital Management Board had, during the period under review, made remarkable acknowledgements towards the provision of affordable healthcare delivery system. The board is constructing 3-story orthopedic ward, consultant offices, conference room at the State Specialist Hospital, rehabilitation and furnishing of Buba Marwa quarters, Brigadier Abakar Memorial Hospital, reconstruction of General Hospital Gajiram, Umoru Shok Ultra Modern Hospital, Gynae Clinic and Medical Record, renovation of the maternity complex, antenatal clinic and laboratory complex of Moman Shua Memorial Hospital, Maiduguri, as well as the renovation of theater room and staff quarters at General Hospital Ngala, Damasak, Mafa, and Goda local government areas. In addition, government erected collapsed perimeter fence and renovated the blown-up roof of main hospital building and staff quarters at General Hospital Benishak. Similarly, the renovation of General Hospital Biu is undergoing. The primary healthcare constructed 12 primary healthcare centers. 48 are under construction, and 39 were assessed under rehabilitation, and 39 were assessed and approved for revitalization. In the same vein, the Hospital Management Board had undertook the solarization of State Specialist Hospital Maiduguri. with 110 kVA capacity. Umaru Show Ultra Modern Hospital with 60 kVA solar capacity. Mama Shua Memorial Hospital with 40 kVA solar capacity. Maran Abacha Women and Children's Hospital with 40 kVA. And Brigadier Abakari General Hospital with 40 kVA capacity solar. Other hospitals solarize Nganzai, Damasak General Hospitals, Ngala, Mafa, Kondega, Goda, and Bama, each with 40 kVA capacity, while Kalabalge had 23.5 kVA capacity. Mr. Speaker, the board had recruited additional 15 doctors and 40 nurses and re-engaged 3 consultants hematologists and 1 gynecologist, while training and retraining of staff are ongoing. The board also continued with its procurement and supply of hospital equipment to all hospitals in the state, provision of water for human and animal consumption. Mr. Speaker, in the year 2024, government in its effort to maintain sustainability in the provision of water to the people of the state rehabilitated, reactivated, and upgraded water facilities across the state through the procurement and installation of submersible pumps of various sizes, as well as high and low pumps in Gomari, Bulumkutu, Abuja, Jidari, Bulabulin Garanam, Shohuri, Zaman Clinic area, Umarari, Pompamari bypass, among others. Mr. Speaker, in our determination to sustain the gain made in the provision of potable water, the Ministry of Water Resources overhauled generators of various capacities and installed 1.5 megawatt solar power at the Medigri water treatment plant and the other raw water pumping station. Inshallah, in the next 1 month, government will cease to procure diesel for the running of generators in the water treatment plant. All what we are doing now is to ensure that government establish sustainable mechanism for the incoming administration. The ministry also engaged in the construction of waterworks at Bulabulin Garanam, Moramti, and Modinatu communities in MMC and Jere local government areas. 24, expanded key water projects in more communities that were in dire need of water supply, thereby connecting more than 1,500,000 people to safe and potable drinking water. Mr. Speaker, to complement the water supply from the Meduguri water treatment plant, the Borno State Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency is currently converting 48 industrial boreholes within metropolis and environs to hybrid, thereby increasing more pumping hours. To this effect, sum of about 1.5 billion naira has been released for the conversion. Mr. Speaker, the RUWASA also intensified efforts and campaigned to stop open defecation in our communities through a series of promotion and community total lead sanitation, which resulted into the declaration of most communities in Kwayakusar, Howell, and bio-local governments areas claiming open defecation-free status. Housing and works, housing and infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, one critical sector that received government attention in the year 2024 was the provision of key infrastructure. Government undertook massive construction of roads, drainages, bridges and flyovers, among others. Government completed some 2023 projects inherited from the defunct Ministry of Housing and Energy. Government awarded contracts for the construction of flyover at the West End roundabout and is about to be completed. These are one of the promises that we took during the 2024 budget presentation before you here. Dualization of 3 major roads, namely Shau Garbai, Shau Sandakura, and Maimalari roads in MMC, is undergoing and inshallah will be completed on or before January. These roads are also promised to be constructed during my 2024 budget presentation. Other projects include the realization of 1.72 kilometer road from the Federal High Court to Olmale, about to be completed. It is also one of the promises that I made during my last budget presentation. Construction of 11 roads, 11 numbers of roads and drainages at the Simari area of Jere local government area and Fato Mapa local government area, is undergoing, and inshallah, it shall be completed in the next 3 months. This is also one of the promises made to the people of Borno State during my last 2024 presentation. Construction of roads and drainages within Askira town, construction of reinforced concrete rigid pavement within the trailer park, renovation of trailer park near Auno, construction of 12 blocks of housing estate and Metro Police Station playground adjacent to the Ramat Polytechnic in Maiduguri is completed and will be commissioned on Wednesday, inshallah. This is also one of the promises that I made to the people of Borno State during my 2024 budget. And inshallah, these houses will be allocated to federal workers that are working within Borno State government, within Borno State, in order to retain our status as the headquarters of the northeastern states. The rehabilitation of 300 housing estates at Farm Center along Dikwa Road, construction of dual carriageway, part of the proposed ring road bypass section commencing from Maiduguri Kano Road to link Baga Road has been started, and about 30% clearance has been done. This is one of the promises that I made to the people of Borno State during my last budget presentation, and inshallah we shall complete in the year 2025. Installation of all-in-one solar street light with galvanized poles at all the newly constructed 500 housing estates, and conversion of all street lights within Maiduguri metropolitan and environment into solar systems. I promised to do so during the 2024 budget presentation, and we have done so far. As of now, government is spending 0 kobo in powering our street lights within metropolitan and China. Mr. Speaker, the Borno State Roads Maintenance Agency in the year 2024 undertook the following: constructed road networks at the newly constructed 500 housing estate along Maiduguri Kano Road, constructed roads and drainages at the newly constructed residential quarters at Police Ground, constructed roads and drainages from Brigadier Abakar Hospital to Bulabulina Alajiri, constructed and rehabilitated failed drainages at Maponi and Lambisla wards of MNC, constructed roads and drainages along Boa Chibok town, constructed roads at Borno State, constructing currently road at Borno State University Teaching Hospital. Rehabilitation of roads within the Borno State University is ongoing. Ongoing construction of bypass from Maiduguri to Kano Road to link with Kubio and Baga Road respectively, I said so. Overlay of Lagos Street from Bama Road Junction, Lagos Street to Milk Shop Junction, and Lagos Street Junction to Custom Flyover ongoing. Rehabilitation of 5 roads in Old GRA Primary School completed. Rehabilitation of overlay of 3 roads around Lake Chad area, Old GRA completed. Rehabilitation through overlay of 4 roads within Commissioner's quarters at Old GRA completed. And inshallah, all the remaining roads within GRA will be constructed during the 2025 year. The rehabilitation of work of failed section of road along Mafati-Kwa Road as a result of flooding is ongoing. Earth and surface dressing works at rural grazing area Ruga, maintenance of repairs of potholes within MNC and Jere bylaws, reconstruction, rehabilitation, and resettlement. Mr. Speaker, during the period under review, government continued with our vigor the resettlement drive of return of IDPs through voluntarily and safe return of people to their original communities or other places of choice. Government has resettled over 10,000 IDPs in secured communities, provided shelter, support to over 7,000 returnees, and distributed relief materials to over 35,000 households. I'm pleased to inform you that yesterday, the Gajibo community were resettled by the Deputy Governor of Borno State. This means you can leave Maiduguri and then you will see some communities along the road. Kalari, Ngom, Mafa, Ajiri, Gajibo, Logumani are standing now currently. And inshallah very soon, more communities will follow suit. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in an effort to reduce overdependence on government, the Ministry for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement trained over 5,000 youths in vocational skills and provided small businesses grants to over 2,500. Let me commend the role played by the gallant security agencies in ensuring the safe environment for the return, resettlement, and maintenance of security in resettled communities across the state. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation, and Resettlement has completed projects across the state as follows. Completed the construction of 200 housing units at Kwebe, Dukwa local government area, and we shall soon resettle the communities. Completed the construction of 300 housing units at Gajibo, rehabilitated international secondary school staff quarters at Gamburu, renovated or reconstructed 300 residential houses in Murose, Bama local government area. I promised to the people during my 2024 budget and promise accomplished. Ongoing construction of 500 housing units in Dalwa, Konduga local government. I promised to the people during my 2024 budget, and construction has reached an advanced stage. Provided livelihood support items across the state, reconstructed Manumkeluri village of Konduga local government, and have resettled them in accordance with my 2024 promise. Constructed 250 houses at Jaudiri, village of Bama local government. Promise made, promise kept. Constructed new cattle market. New cattle market is ongoing construction at Banki, International Cattle Market. Government has released over 1 billion naira, and inshallah, it shall be completed, and then Cameroonian authorities will be invited to commission the projects, inshallah, in the next 3 months. Constructed traditional shelters at Ngurosoe, constructed 90 blocks of 8-bedroom semi-detached houses at Ruga, Mapa local government area, rehabilitated barracks, constructed 1,000 traditional shelters at Mafa, constructed 1,000 transitional shelters at Marte, completed Hausari Community School in MMC, reconstruction of School of Nursing Lecture Hall, MMC, constructed Permisa Pension, gird 26.1 meters at Teachers Quarters Dikwa, constructed 10 blocks of 5 cubicle market stores at Mafa, information and internal security. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the maintenance of security is capital intensive all over. The state, in collaboration with security agencies, had made appreciable and significant achievements in the provision of security across the state. This had enabled government return and resettle many communities in the state. In the year 2024, the Ministry of Information and Internal Security purchased 60 Hilux operational vehicles and 400 motorcycles for security agencies, established Borno State Joint Operational Center, and recruited 1,250 CJTF. The ministry acquired Dandal Kura Radio, produced 2024 Executive Council Almanac, and Borno State Calendar and Diary. Mr. Speaker, the Director of the Fire Service had in the year 2024 responded to fire outbreaks and other emergencies, as well as evacuation of trapped people during the recent flood disaster. The refurbishment of the headquarters of the government printing press had commenced and will be completed very soon. Mr. Speaker, the Council for Arts and Culture participated in the National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAPES, held in Abuja, where the council won a bronze trophy, was second position in the drama competition, and third position is in the traditional competition. It has also received a gold trophy cup of one of the consistent states, and another gold trophy cup for participation respectively. Environmental protection, desertification control. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in this regard, government established the Borno State Agency for Great Green Wall to stop and reverse desertification and land degradation. I want to use this medium to commend the Director General for the Great Green Wall. He's doing very well. Prevent the biodiversity loss and ensure resilience to climate change in Borno State. The ministry raised 10 million seedlings and launched 3 planting campaigns for the 10 million seedlings across the state. The Ministry of Environment, during the year under review, constructed 13 drainages to control flooding in the metropolis. The procurement of 2 D8 bulldozers for the clearing operations of farmland and 3 swamp boogie for both irrigation canals and waterways clearance. Mr. Speaker, the ministry is presently constructing drainages in the newly established Borno State Teaching Hospital along Maiduguri Kano Road. The Ministry of Environment had renovated structures within Sanda Karmi Park, which was one of the places affected by the devastating floods that occurred on 10 September 2024. Mr. Speaker, the Borno State Environmental Protection Agency had, during the period under review, undertook the following. The agency collected and disposed both solid and liquid waste stages in Maiduguri and the environs, as well as fumigation of public places to mitigate proliferation of vectors and medical importance. Page 36. Most importantly, ongoing drainage construction is ongoing in Gamdu and Uba in order to control gully erosion, finance, budget and revenue generation. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, as custodian of public funds, had in the year 2024 continued to discharge its core mandate of ensuring timely release of approved funds to respective MDS for execution of projects and performance across the state for the benefit of our people. Government has implemented the 70 minimum wage. In fact, Borno State government has implemented 72,000 minimum wage. And we have started paying. We are the very few, or I can say Borno State is the first to implement the minimum wage in Nigeria. And we have started paying teachers also. All qualified teachers have started paying, have started receiving their minimum wage. And inshallah, we shall look into the matter of the local government salaries. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Budget and Planning had in the year 2024 continued to ensure strict adherence to all budgetary provisions so as to avoid misappropriation and misapplication of resources. Mr. Speaker, page 38. 37. Honorable members, the Borno State Internal Revenue Service had been repositioned to carry out its mandate of ensuring timely collection of taxes and levies due to government are promptly paid and remitted into the government coffers. The Internal Revenue Service from January to November generated revenue of 24 billion 901 million 205 million 764 as against 6 billion that was generated in the year 2019. In addition, the service constructed drainage and culvert within service headquarters, purchased 6 operational vehicles to enhance revenue collection and remittance, renovated zonal revenue office and custom area office. Intergovernmental Affairs and Special Duties. The Ministry of Intergovernmental Affairs and Special Duties had in the year 2024 continued to supervise the provision of infrastructural development that affects border communities, as well as took delivery of assorted food and non-food items donated by the federal government from various custom warehouses for distribution to IDPs across the state. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry in addition hosted a regional workshop on creation of local border authorities along Nigeria-Cameroon international border in Maiduguri. The Ministry also facilitated the sponsoring of members of the Borno State Boundary Committee in the joint sensitization campaign in respect of Lot 8 pillar construction exercise at Marwa and Banki. The Ministry facilitated financial assistance to various organizations within and outside the state, among many other achievements. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this administration had accorded top priority to ensure the effective and efficient operation of the local government system in the state. The Ministry for Local Government and Emirate Affairs had in the year 2024 procured official vehicles for their Royal Highnesses. In addition, Ministry procured food and non-food items for returnees in Bama, Kuka, Guzamala, Kalabalga, and Goda local government areas of Borno State, amongst others. religious affairs. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Religious Affairs in the year 2024 completed the construction of Jumuat mosques at Gremami in MMC, Dambita and Joro Show in bio-local government areas of Borno State. Also rehabilitated Dalori Graveyard and often for use as well as purchase of 5 Tacoma Toyota pickup and Choran vehicles and distributed to Dalori Graveyard and Christian Cemetery. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Borno State Pilgrims Welfare Board had in the year 2024 conducted Hajj and Umrah exercise successfully by ensuring that flight schedule was strictly adhered to for the conveyance of pilgrims. The board secured a befitting accommodation to pilgrims at the Holy Land and feeding. The state government subsidized basic traveling allowance BTA of 1,815 pilgrims from the state. The state government has also paid sacrificial rates and hijab to female pilgrims. Legislature. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in a democratic setting, the legislative arm had been key to the successes of the executive arm in ensuring that the executive carried out its mandate of improving the lives of the people in an effective and efficient manner. We remain appreciative and ever grateful for your usual cooperation. Mr. Speaker, let me reiterate that the executive will continue to avail the legislative arm with the necessary support to discharge its functions and responsibilities without let or hindrance. Mr. Speaker, the Borno State Assembly Service Commission during the year under review was reconstituted and inaugurated on 7 June 2024. Judicial and administrative matters. During the period under review, the Ministry of Justice renovated High Court number 13. The Ministry also organized a world-class workshop on Penal Court Law 2023 and Administration of Criminal Justice Law 2023, where law officers of the Ministry and major stakeholders in the administration of criminal law fully participated. The Ministry equally organized another workshop on child right protection law to selected members of the public, such as media, traditional and religious leaders, and workshops on the proposed Borno State Correctional Service Bill, as well as sponsored the foreign training of some law officers to undergo alternative dispute resolution training, amongst other achievements. Mr. Speaker, in the year 2024, government purchases boats and electric cars that operate within metropolis and charge highly subsidized rates to cushion the hardship of the people. The Ministry of Transport and Energy had constructed 33 kVA emergency single-circuit transmission line from Damaturu to Maiduguri, as well as rehabilitated 33 transmission line using concrete HT poles at Mafa, Dukwa, Gubio Damasak, Mulo Industrial Factory, Jumkilo, and Bama. Why we constructed the 33 kVA line, twin line, from Maiduguri to Damaturu, is to ensure that Maiduguri will benefit from steady power supply. That means, inshallah, in the next 2 or 3 months, whenever the 330 kVA lines is being vandalized, God forbid, we have another alternatives. That is why government released 2.5 billion naira to construct separate twin line, 33 line from Maiduguri to Damaturu, which is very easy to be maintained. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Ministry has purchased 30 numbers Changon Easter electric vehicles, 500 numbers Phoenix VH electric tricycles, Goruwakan and J-High bus for Baga community, and procured electric vehicle charging terminals across MMC and Jere local government. In addition to the ministry installed 12 tons digital wedge bridge along Muna and Dalori. Threat and investment. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism during the year under review is currently constructing modern markets in Dikwa, Gajiram, Gajigana, and Cross Kawa. 30% of the funding has been released to the ministry. Similarly, the ministry completed the construction of perimeter wall fence gate and gate house, as well as replacement of vandalized items and renovation of the Lake Tila Resort House, local government area. The ministry, in addition, the Borno State contingent participated at the 15th Northeast Joint Domestic Therapy and Bauchi, and was the best performing state in Northeast. The Borno Investment Company Limited manages for the Borno State government portfolios in 39 quoted and 13 quoted companies, as well as stock trading portfolio worth 373 million naira. The company also manages some of the Borno State properties in Warimpa and Uye in Abuja, Borno House, GSM Market in Maiduguri, among others. Mr. Speaker, the Borno State Investment Company in the year 2024 also achieved the following. We received the sum of about 1,144,817,000 to the Borno State government by the Borno State Investment Company in the year 2024. And government will continue to buy shares in order to increase the revenue generation drive capacity of the state government. We want to reduce our dependence on the federation allocation. Inshallah, we shall buy more shares in the year 2025, increasing the stock trading capital of the company from 185 million naira last year to 375 million naira from the internal sources, and inshallah this year we shall increase the stock trading capital of the company up to 3 billion naira. All these investments are very important. We may not see the dividend of this investment in recent times, but inshallah the next generation will benefit from such investment. Funding startup capital to some participants out of the 2,000 women trained in various skills and entrepreneurship. The Maiduguri State Hotel is almost completed, and we shall commission it very soon. Borno State government has established the Borno State Investment Promotion Agency during the year under review to fully optimize our potentials in the region and create a secure and competitive business to thrive. Mr. Speaker, Borno State is a historical gateway to the famous Trans-Saharan Trade Corridor, as well as unique and strategic location as the only state in Nigeria sharing borders with 3 countries of Chad, Nigeria, and Cameroon. Borno State is best positioned to take full advantage of emerging opportunities presented by the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. Poverty alleviation, humanitarian support, and youth development. Mr. Speaker, members of this, honorable members, this administration will continue to accord all the necessary support to ensure that the people of our state benefit from all humanitarian assistance procured by the federal government, state and partners towards alleviating poverty, hardship, and economic backwards. The state government had put in place a robust coordinated approach to ensure successful implementation of programs by the various government agencies saddled with the responsibility of providing succor to the less privileged, returning IDPs, and other vulnerable groups in the state towards addressing key issues of youth empowerment, poverty alleviation, and humanitarian support. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Ministry of Youth, Sport, and Poverty Alleviation during the period under review assisted clubs and associations, vulnerable women and individuals with financial and material support across the state. Moreover, the Borno State, in addition, payment for hiring vehicles and logistics to support farmers during the 2024 farming season, as well as payment of match allowances, bonuses, and non-regular allowances to El Kanemi Warriors Football Club, among others. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Borno State Emergency Management Agency had in the year 2024 fiscal year made significant strides in its effort to enhance living conditions of the displaced persons and other vulnerable groups, mitigate the hardships due to removal of fuel subsidy and recent disaster experienced across the state. Accordingly, SEMA successfully facilitated the voluntary relocation of IDPs from various camps to permanent and safer locations. Government, during the year 2024, especially during last year Ramadan, distributed food and non-food items to about 3,000 heads of household in Borno State. 120,000 have received support within metropolitan Nigeria. During the year under review, this administration, in our collective effort to improve the well-being of the people, established Borno State Social Investment Program. I wish to report that the agency had fully taken up and commenced operations in accordance with the National Social Investment Program. Mr. Speaker, Borno State Social Investment Management Program, in line with the 25-year development plan and the 10-year strategic transformation initiatives, will carry out a statewide social economic survey to understand the types and nature of small businesses, to determine their viability, sustainability, page 46, sustainability, as well as the challenges faced by these small businesses. El Kanemi Warriors has won the Presidential Cup that qualifies them to play the Confederation Cup in the year 2024. Women Affairs and Social Development. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in the year 2024, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, through interagency collaboration with ministries, departments, and agencies with similar mandate, undertook the engagement with all stakeholders on the importance of rehabilitation and assimilation of surrendered Boko Haram insurgents. The ministry continued to take care of surrendered Boko Haram housed at the Shokarik, Hajkam, and Bulunkutu Rehabilitation Center. The ministry has also renovated and equipped the Maiduguri Blind Workshop and provided ICT service. Similarly, the Munafam Farm Center trained the blind on poultry production, animal patterning, and farming, amongst others. Borno State Guidance and Counseling Board, page 47. The Borno State Guidance and Counseling Board in 2024 facilitated the recruitment of over 1,700 Borno State indigents from the 27 local government areas into military, paramilitary, and other federal agencies in conformity with the 25-year development framework and a 10-year strategic transformation plan under the Human Capital Development. This is very important. Borno State government now is doing everything possible to fill all our quarters at the federal government. The Geographic Information Sales Service has been critical to the success recorded by this administration in its urban renewal drive, land reform initiatives, as well as land management. The agency continued with vigor its tempo of digitalizing all processes involved in land transactions, as well as documentation of land-related matters. The budgets in the year 2024 implemented strategies of ensuring revenue generation from land transactions with a view to improving the internally generated revenue in the state. So far, revenue generation from the Borno State Geographic Information System service has increased by over 400% within the last 3 years. Independent Electoral Commission. In the year 2024, the Borno State Electoral Commission conducted elections into the local government council, which was successful. This was achieved through the timely release of funds and other requirements of the commission. Mr. Speaker, with the recent pronouncement of the Supreme Court of Nigeria that granted autonomy to local government administration, the caretaker system of administration becomes illegal. The state will continue to accord the commission all enabling environment to discharge its statutory responsibilities. Highlights of the year 2025 budget. Inshallah, in the year 2025, inshallah, we shall begin Gamboru Tandari Kaswan Shannon Nightel Road. Very soon, dualization of Tandari Gamboro Kaswan Shannon Nightel Road will be awarded. Again, the dualization of this show roundabout to Indian Katoko Kalmari will also be awarded very soon. Completion of the northern and southern bypass roads, construction of general hospitals in Magumeri, general hospitals in Ubio, general hospitals in Dikwa, Kalari, Howell, Uba, and orthopedic hospital in Maiduguri. We promised to establish orthopedic hospital in Maiduguri last year, but we couldn't do so. But we rest assured that in January we shall start the construction. By the end of January 2020, December 2024, inshallah, no more going of our people to Dala Orthopedic Center in Kano. Rehabilitation of General Hospital Baga, construction of 5 high Islamic schools in the following local government: Bama, Goza, Marte, Kaga, and Chibok. After completion of these high Islamic schools, then I believe at the end of 2025, we shall have only 5 local governments or 6 local governments that are not having high Islamic colleges. This is promise that I made when I took over as the governor of Borno State. And inshallah, by the end of December 2026, all local government areas in Borno State should have high Islamic colleges. Construction of ICC centers, Askira, Bama, Biu, Kondagangala, Gamboru, Gongulon, Njere, Kwakusar, and Shani local government areas. You may recall that during my last budget presentation, I promised to establish ICT centers in all the 27 local government areas of Borno State. So far, so good. About 15 centers were established. This year, we're establishing 8, bringing the total number of ICTs in Borno State to become 23. And inshallah, by 2026, all local government areas in Borno State should have an ICT center. And the most important thing is not the construction of the ICT centers. We are now in a digital age. We shall ensure the functionality of these ICT centers. Establishment of Maiduguri Dry Fort is very crucial because nowadays our goods are normally lands we land in Lagos. Some are also going to Kano Dry Fort. Inshallah, we shall start witnessing receiving our goods directly from Lagos to Maiduguri. Commencement of the construction of Maiduguri New Market, we shall start this year. We have put aside about 5 billion naira for the commencement of this work. Construction of International Conference Center. I promised to do so last year, but I think SSG is here. About 50% of this money, 2.7 billion, was released to start the construction of International Conference Center in order to retain the status, in order to retain the headquarters status of Borno State, of the northeastern states. Construction of orthopedic hospital in Maiduguri. 48. Reconstruction of international hotel. We will do so. We have started the demolition, and inshallah we shall complete in the year 2025. With the establishment of Maiduguri International Airport, construction of the Pitin International Hotel is no more a luxury, but it is a necessity. Establishment of dairy and meat factories and agro-logistic hubs. Cultivation of 100,000 of rain-fed farming. Cultivation of 50,000 hectares of rice farming. Re-establishment of nail and wire industries. I hope many of you are aware that the United Shoe and Tannery Factory is now working. Very soon, about 20 containers will be exported from Maiduguri. Conditional to unconditional grant to 50,000 beneficiaries. Re-establishment of 2,000 hectares irrigation scheme in Baga. Work is ongoing. We have released about 1.5 billion. Construction of 100 housing units, each of teachers' quarters in Magumeri, Kubio, Hawla, and the local government areas. Very sorry. We promised to construct these houses during our last budget, but we couldn't do so. But about 7 billion naira has been kept aside, and the construction will resume in January, inshallah. Construction of shopping complexes in Gajiram, Monguno, Baga, Dikwa, and Gamboru. 30% of the funding has been released. Rehabilitation of 100-kilometer length road within MMC and Jere. All those roads that you have seen inside Maiduguri will be rehabilitated in the year 2025. 70% of road networks within Maiduguri Metropolitan Council and Jere will be rehabilitated during the 2025 year, inshallah. Rehabilitation of 30-kilometer roads in 6 local government areas of Borno State. This morning, we were in Maiduguri, and we have seen the level of devastation of the road by the flooding. So inshallah, we shall do everything possible to rehabilitate all those roads that were damaged by the floods. Launching of additional mass transit buses and electric cars. Latest by January ending, government will inject additional 50 buses and then 100 electric cars to ease the transportation. We are running away from the use of hydrocarbons because of the rising cost of fossil fuel. A liter is above 1,200. Government will also launch 500 new electric keke napep in the year 2025. We shall also sponsor 30 indigenes of Borno State to study pilot training in Philippines in the year 2025. At least one in each local government. Then the most important thing, coming from the government house, after these funds done the roundabout, you can see slums, the Maponi schools, and then the College of Legal Studies has been in existence like this for many years. Inshallah, in the next few months, we'll demolish most of these schools. We'll build a repeating school at Day Secondary School Mafoni and primary schools. And the Askri Primary School will also be rebuilt completely. While the Borno State College of Legal and Islamic Studies will also receive a befitting first aid. These are some of the promises that we want to fulfill during our 2025 year. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, our budget of recovery and continuity is geared towards improving upon what we have done so far. I wish to state that measures we have taken to reduce wastages and misapplication of public funds. The system has yielded the desired results, considering the level of implementation of our policies and programs. Today, therefore, the system for prudent management of scarce resources, transparent and accountability will continue to be our guiding principles. We shall continue to look for funding in order to implement some of the programs that we have initiated. We shall go outside the box and seek for support somewhere else. And inshallah, we know the way and we shall do it. Accordingly, our administration has budgeted a total sum of 584 billion 757,725,000 for the 2025 fiscal year, as against about 360 billion naira that was budgeted last year. But we have spent almost all the 360 billion last year. This comprises of capital expenditure of 380 billion and total recurrent expenditure of 2 or 3 billion. Always, since I assume due to that, our capital expenditure is higher than our recurrent expenditure. The budget is expected to be financed from the recurrent revenue comprising of Federation account allocation of 311 billion, 704,193,000, and internally generated revenue of 30 billion, 91,742,000, while our capital receipts for the year is estimated at 237 billion, comprising of aids and grants as well as capital development fund. The projection of the 2025 budget is predicated on the federal government's fiscal forecast for the 2025 to 2027 medium-term expenditure framework. This is informed by our commitment to fulfill promises we have made to the people. We do not believe in raising people's hopes on insincere promises that could not be realized. To this end, our estimates for the fiscal year 2025 are based on more realistic assumptions that will only ensure equilibrium in the course of our implementation of the budget. We shall also continue to block all areas of wastages and intensify efforts in revenue generation to achieve our targets. The system, verse 51. Consequently, the 2025 projections are therefore assumed on a crude oil price benchmark of $75 per barrel and a daily production of 1.65 million barrels per day. A projected national inflation rate of 15.75% and national real GDP growth of 4.6%, as well as proposed exchange rate of 1,400 naira per dollar. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in fulfillment of our recovery and continuous commitment to touch all walks of life in the year 2025, government has allocated funds to ministries, departments, and agencies to carry out their statutory obligations in an efficient manner. Agriculture. In the year 2025 fiscal year, the state government will invest heavily in modern agriculture. Several hectares of sprinkler and drip irrigation systems will be established within the state. In order to increase food production per hectare, government will purchase quality seeds for onward distribution to farmers. Furthermore, government will procure 100,000 bags of assorted fertilizers for onward distribution to farmers at subsidized rates. In addition to the procurement of pesticides and other agricultural inputs, government will also strengthen its grain reserve strategies. We have started procuring grants during this year's bumper harvest. So far, so good. We have procured food items worth over 10 billion naira. In order to cushion the effects of hardship during the scarcity of food resources, food products, government will facilitate the cultivation of 100,050 hectares of land for rain-fed and irrigation farming respectively. Government will also invest in large-scale pre farming in the year 2025. To enable the ministry to execute these projects and programs, the sum of 20 billion naira, 897 million, has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. Ministry of Livestock and Fishery Development. The newly created Ministry of Livestock and Fishery Development will be accorded the desired attention in order to boost the livestock production of the state. There is money in livestock. Zakara is looking at the deputy governor. Zakara is looking at the deputy governor. Government will establish artificial insemination centers, livestock breeding center, and resuscitate the dairy, Maiduguri dairy farm. Establish dairy plants in northern and southern part of the state. Inshallah, the then Maiduguri dairy center will be resuscitated. And you will see people trooping into the dairy center to provide, to procure fresh milk, inshallah. The ministry will invest in aquaculture. There is money in livestock. We have all the potentials it takes in northern Nigeria to leapfrog from where we are to a higher pedestal. Only that we are lazy. Meat production and enhance the entire value chain. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, government will also establish livestock industrial development hubs across the state. Upgrade of the poultry production unit and establish poultry development hubs at north and southern senatorial districts. Fisheries infrastructural development, upgrade and construction of new ones. Establishment and maintenance of liquid nitrogen plants. Facilitate commercial pasture and further production in the existing grazing reserves. Government will strongly pursue the development of grazing reserves and stock routes to drastically reduce farmer-stroke herders' clash. Ensure availability of grazing areas for the livestock. The state is one of the highest producers of livestock before poultry and fish in the country. Over 700 local grazing grounds, 400 wet season grazing grounds, and 1,755 local watering points have been provided at local government level. Why can't we invest in livestock? So that we shall forget about with the value added tax. Fish culture and sustainable exploitation of fisheries resources will be vigorously pursued to increase fish supplies, which now put at about 33,500 metric tons of fish productions per annum. This can be increased provided all necessary inputs are put in place. Government will complete the construction and equipping of the Ruka project in Rumirgo and Gubio, while that of Maba, inshallah, will be commissioned in this December. Rehabilitate and operationalize the existing grazing reserves. To enable the ministry to execute these projects and programs, the sum of about 8,433 million naira has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. And inshallah, we believe additional support will come to this ministry. In the year 2025, water resources. The ministry plans to construct second phase water treatment plant at Bunabulin Garanam. New clarifier and filter media at Maiduguri water treatment plant. It will improve its infrastructure by converting motorized boreholes to solar power, upgrade some boreholes with dual hybrid pumps, and purchase new high and low lead pumps, PVC pipes, and fittings of pipes laying and replacing aged AC pipes and HDP pipes, values within MNC and GERL. In the year 2025 fiscal year, the Borno State Rural Water Supply and Sanitation RUWASA plans to construct 7 additional water works. We promised to do so last year, but we couldn't do so. But I want to assure you that these 7 water works will be commenced, construction will commence in the first quarter of the year 2025. In order to do away with perennial water scarcity in Ganzai, Gajigana, Gajiram, Makumeri, amongst others. Government will also construct 50 additional hybrid upper aquifer and 10 hybrid lower aquifer boreholes across the state. Similarly, to support the sustainability of water supply, government plans to procure borehole spares and accessories for rapid response to breakdown across the state. Government also plans to drill additional 2,000 wells across the state to support rural farmers in addition to 1,789 solar-powered irrigation water pumps. The ministry and agency and its agency have been allocated the sum of 11,629,023,000 for both capital and recurrent expenditure. Education. The Ministry of Education will in the year 2025 continue with the payment of WAG, NECO, and NAPTEP examination fees, construct staff quarters and rehabilitate existing ones in some selected schools. The Ministry will establish additional ICT centers in the state. The Ministry also plans to sustain students bidding in secondary schools and sponsorship exchange program to 18,000 states in addition to accreditation of technical colleges. In 2025, the Ministry plans to undertake the following projects: establish 1 new second chance school, construct additional 5 mega schools and 5 high Islamic schools, construct 15 blocks of 4-compartment toilets with wash facilities in selected secondary schools, rehabilitate and reconstruct building facilities in 15 schools across the state, renovate and equip 17 school libraries, renovate and equip 10 existing vocational centers, purchase instructional materials and science laboratory equipment for secondary schools, office and classroom furniture for teachers and students across these public schools in the state. Securing security equipment such as cameras, alarm systems, and hand metal detectors to 400 schools, among others. The Borno State Universal Basic Education Board plans to construct 100 units of classrooms. Borno State government has paid its counterpart funding of 3.5 billion naira. Government intends to train 2,000 more teachers, recruit 500 teachers, and construct 300 capacity conference hall in the Secondary Education Board headquarters. Muhammad Goni College of Agriculture, which was damaged by the year 2024 flood, will be rehabilitated. Government will continue to invest in all tertiary institutions, especially provision of additional staff quarters in Ramat Polytechnic in Maiduguri, rehabilitation of staff quarters in College of Education in Bama, and upgrade facilities at the College of Education Waka View. The committee that was established to review the functionality of Mogolis has submitted its report, and government will implement the recommendation of the report. The permanent site of the College of Business Studies, Kondoga, will be reconstructed, inshallah. Faculties of computing, engineering, and environmental studies will be established in the Borno State University. Construction of student hostels in the College of Medicine of the State University Teaching Hostel will commence, and we have released 30% of the money, and will be completed for the take-up of the State University Teaching Hospital this year. We promised to commission the teaching hospital last year, but we couldn't do so due to many reasons, flooding among others. And inshallah, I promise to do so before the end of June this 2025. Government will continue to support the federal tertiary institutions in the state, especially the newly established College of Education Goza and Federal Polytechnic in Mongono, the University of Maiduguri, Army University Biu, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, and the University Health Science Adere will continue to receive our desired attention. Government has also released the sum of 470 million naira for the rehabilitation of Adere General Hospital for onward handing over to the Federal Orthopedic Hospital Adere. Government will continue to award both local and international scholarships to deserving students in selected fields of critical importance to the state government. The board will expand its scholarship scheme for secondary school students, targeting IDPs, orphans, and students from marginalized communities. Currently, the Borno State Scholarship Board has in its sponsorship program 1,244 beneficiaries of its foreign and local scholarship. Out of this figure, 300 are studying PhDs, MScs, and undergraduate in foreign universities, while 944 are under our local scholarship programs studying undergraduate courses in Nigeria. Furthermore, government has sponsored 254 indigenous of Borno State that are currently pursuing masters and PhDs in STEM courses in Nigeria. Government will face obligation of sustaining payments of their sponsorship amounting to about 6 billion naira for 2025 year alone. Apart from this, government will also provide support to about 30,000 students studying various courses in tertiary institutions. As you are aware, just last week, government has released about 800 million naira for the payment of local scholarship. The Education Trust Fund plans to construct teachers' quarters at some resettled schools. Borno State Information and Communication Technology Development Agency is charged with the responsibility of providing technological digital knowledge for progress and positioning the state for advancement in the digital age technology. In the year 2025 fiscal year, government plans to expand digital literacy centers to ensure that more citizens have access to ICT training across the state by establishing 8 ICT centers across the state. Also, we'll develop specialized training programs to meet the specific needs of different groups. Promote digital entrepreneurship by providing mentorship, funding, and access to markets with a view to creating jobs, opportunities, economic growth, and strengthening cybersecurity to protect the state capital, state's digital infrastructure, among others. The Borno State Library Board plans to complete the renovation of its old building, renewable library building at Biu, Mongono, Goza, and Kondega, install solar power energy, purchase office furniture for the old building, acquire books, professional journals, magazines, and subscribe newspapers. To enable the government undertake these projects in the education sector, the sum of 69,816,429,000 naira has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure to the education sector. And I believe the hard-working Commissioner for Education will do justice to the matter. In the year 2025 fiscal year, government plans health services, plans to undertake the following project. Upgrade and expand the vertical works in the state specialist teaching hospital, procure radiology equipment to the state teaching hospital. Just 2 months ago, we were in China to procure medical equipment to our teaching hospital. Inshallah, plans are underway to procure all the medical equipment very soon. And what we have procured, most of the medical equipment, even the year 2025. We spent about 15 billion naira in procuring the medical equipment. Construct hotel for patients relative in the university teaching hospital, purchase of medical drugs, hospital equipment, and long-lasting mosquito nets, conduct seasonal malaria prevention across the state, recruit more skilled health workers in all cadres. Construction of orthopedic hospital in Maiduguri, training and retraining of personnel for the orthopedic hospital, complete and commission the Borno State University Teaching Hospital, renovate and commission Banki healthcare hospitals, as well as staff quarters and Rumirgo healthcare centers. The Borno State Hospital Management Board will, in the year 2025, as I said earlier, construct general hospitals in Gubio, Azere, Uba, Tikwa, Kalari, Mafa, and rehabilitation of general hospitals in Baga and Mulai. It will also construct accident and emergency unit at Umoru Show ultra-modern hospital. And a ward at the special hospital Maiduguri. Board will procure digital X-ray machines, surgical laboratory, blood bank, and medical equipment to all the 44 general hospitals in the state, among others. Page 61. The Borno State Primary Healthcare Development Agency will revitalize 100 primary healthcare centers in the state and plan to construct 6 additional primary healthcare centers and upgrade 6 PHCs to comprehensive health centers. Currently, as of now, we have about 14 billion naira in our primary healthcare account in order to completely revitalize the primary healthcare centers. In the year 2025, the College of Nursing intends to construct 250 capacity computer-based examination center, 2 additional hostels of 75 rooms and staff quarters. It will also give support to 4 additional departments, in addition to the purchase of official vehicles for key officers and students for practical and clinical postings in hospitals and community. The committee that was established to review the performance of the School of Health Technology, Maiduguri, has submitted its report. Government will implement the recommendations of the committee for enhanced performance, and inshallah we shall move out the College of Health Technology to Magumeri in order to decentralize establishment of health centers within the state capital. As you can see, we have Federal College, we have College of Nursing in Mongono, we have also have College of Nursing in Goza, we have Eye Hospital in Mongono, Eye Hospital in Biu, Eye Hospital in Dental Hospital in Mongono, Dental Hospital in Biu. We are now moving School of Health Technology to Magumeri. Federal Polytechnic, we have it in Mongono. We have Federal College of Education also in Goza, in order to decentralize establishment of higher institutions in the state. The Borno State Agency for the Control of HIV, AIDS, and Malaria is mandated with the formulation of policies and guidelines on the control of malaria in the state. In 2025, the agency plans to procure vehicles for HIV and malaria advocacy and awareness, purchase of 10 million long-lasting insecticides to be distributed for pregnant women and children. It will also ensure that HIV counseling and testing are done in all primary and secondary health care centers, as well as private health centers in the state. To enable the ministry and its agency execute this project, the sum of 89,976,725,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditures to the Ministry of Health, which is 15.39% of the state budget size, above the minimum requirement that was stipulated by the Health Ministry. Ministry of Works. In the year 2025, the ministry intends to undertake the following projects: dualization of 7.1 kilometer Maiduguri-Biu road from Borno Express to Welcome Gate near Molai village, and construction of 6-span bridge across Ribangadabul along the road will commence in 2025. Reconstruction of 30-kilometer road networks and drainages in 6 local government areas. Once we completed the dualization of Borno Express to Tashan Kano Mole Road, that will now bring to an end the number of roads that are not dualized, exit roads that are not dualized within metropolitan, inshallah. Rehabilitation of roads and drainages at Abachangala Street, Ashakurso Bashir Street, and Spar Road to link follow dual carriageway will be completed. Construct road from Malakachala roundabout to Timpa rehabilitate. Yerwa Peace Estate to Flower Mill Junction, inshallah we shall commence very soon. Bukar Goni Abdallah Road, and also construct road behind State Specialist Hospital to Chalaram Junction in MNC. Construct 32 numbers junior police quarters to mountain troops at Wulari. Very soon, inshallah, we shall demolish this, Dandal housing estate, police housing estate. New buildings will be erected in order to give accommodation to medical staff that are working at the specialist hospital. Construct 710 length drainage at Amadou Bello Way along Monday Market. Purchase and repair of industrial equipment, heavy-duty plants and road construction, plant and equipment, among others. Dualization of Tandarika Sanshana has updated. The sum of 49,861,000,031,000 naira has been allocated to the Ministry for both capital and recurrent expenditure. The Borno State Road Maintenance Agency plans to construct and rehabilitate roads and drainages in the following local government areas. Construction of Miringa-Gunda Road has been stopped due to some unforeseen circumstances. And I have promised to the people of this area that we shall do so. Inshallah, we shall begin. I hope, Senator Ndume, you know the reason why we stopped the construction exercise. We couldn't get the expected votes from them. But we have the large hearts to forgive them. Deputy Speaker, construction of Pida Road from Askira to Ngohi will be given the desired attention. Construction of roads and drainages at Pori Village and Abdul Qadir Openage in Jare. Reconstruction of Township Road in Gamborungala Road. Construction of Pida Road from Ngala to Run, we have stated it. But I hope you have seen what has happened last year. The flooding is beyond our own capacity. But we shall make a modest effort in order to start the reconstruction of this road. Rehabilitation of 100-kilometer road within MNC and Jere. Rehabilitation works at Maiduguri-Dikwa Road. To enable the Borno State Road Maintenance Agency to execute this project, the sum of 12,480,285,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. And I believe the Ministry of Works with its Borno State Road Transport, Road Maintenance Agency are doing very well. I want to commend them. The Ministry of Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement. The Ministry of Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement in the year 2025 will construct 1,000 housing units in Maiwa. along Ngala Road. Completion of 500 housing estates in Dalawa, we have started. Construction of 500 units in Aulari, Kondega, we have released funding. Construction of 500 housing units in Karnwa, 300 housing units in 940 and Bunari villages of Ganda local government. The ministry intends to settle communities of Dara Jamal, 500 housing estates we have promised in the year 2024, and we have almost completed it. Then resettlement of Kumshe, Abara, Gondiri Banti, Bulayobi and Banki Junction, villages of Bakol Pama local government area will inshallah see the light of the day. Ala, Bunari, Karnoa, 1040, Kareto, 1090 villages will return also. We promised to do so for some of the villages that we have mentioned last year, but we couldn't do so. But now we have established sustainable mechanisms on ground to facilitate their returning. Excavations of this town has been done. Ongoing repatriation of our indigents living in Minao camp in Cameroon will be continued vigorously. Will be continued and vigorously pursued in the year 2025. Construction of 500 housing estates in Wala village of Boda local government will be completed, inshallah. The closure of camps in Muna that I mentioned last year could not be completed, but inshallah we shall complete before the rainy season. Resettling closure of Bama IDF camp Mongono Mafan Madinati should be facilitated to logical conclusion in the year 2025. The recent attacks to officers and men in Kareto by Boko Haram members will not deter us from our resettlement drive. We shall return people of Kareto. The chief of army staff was in Maiduguri, and I mentioned to him that personally I will oversee the return of people to Kareto. Number more, be ready to follow me. We are spending a night there, inshallah, 2 or 3 nights in Kareto. The ministry, in order to fulfill its mandate of reconstruction, resettlement, and rehabilitation, will ensure that military operations are to be followed by stabilization mechanisms. Hence, the ministry will procure livelihood items to the returning communities as well as to the victims in general. To enable the ministry to execute these projects, the sum of 24,425,736,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. Ministry of Transport and Energy rehabilitated the 33 kVA transmission line and township distribution networks in Kondega. We have finished transmission to Kondega and Bama. But inshallah, we shall complete the transmission within the cities and power the energy distribution networks within the next few days. The year 2025, inshallah, Goza Dikwa will be electrified. We couldn't do so. Why? Because our intentions were demoralized as a result of the vandalization of the towers. But again, I spoke to the Commissioner for Energy that no, let us be strong enough and ensure continuation of what we intend to do. The Commissioner told me something very important. If there is no power, you erect the towers, people will come and destroy the towers and then remove the cables. This is one of the problems that we are facing. But inshallah, we shall be resilient in order to continue the program. Procure 120 electric vehicles charging terminals in MMC and Jere local government area. Extension of electricity to Gajira, Mongona, and Baga will be facilitated. Inshallah, we shall begin at least from here to Gajiram. Purchase of 100 Changen E-Stars vehicles, 50 metro buses, in order to ease transportation to the people. We have seen how these mass transit buses are impacting on the lives of the foreman. And therefore, we shall procure more. 50 new more will be procured, and 100 of these taxis will be procured. Construct 30 bus stop and back across the city. construct and provide relief substations and rehabilitate faulty substations across MMC and Jere, install 6 numbers 120 digital wedge bridge across MMC. To enable the ministry undertakes its activities and projects, the sum of 17,976,000, 146,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditures. Ministry of Information. In the 2025 fiscal year, the ministry intends to undertake the following: construct museums in 7 emirate councils, construct all-in-one cultural center, construct rapid response squad headquarters in Maiduguri, construct security command and control center at Government House, construction and rehabilitation of fire service stations in 27 local government areas, remodeling of the open-air theater, establish media situation room and media outfit, construct memorial site for insurgency, establish multimedia conferencing facility linking Government House, MDS, and local government areas, procure operational vehicles to security agencies and support the security forces, rehabilitation and modernization of Borno radio, television, training school, and community radio. Let me assure you, the people of Borno State, that there is one thing that I couldn't do up to now, which is the rehabilitation of Borno radio, television. I want to assure the people of Borno State that inshallah I will do so. We have been making promises for many years, but due to some certain circumstances, we couldn't get it right. But inshallah, we shall make all efforts to rehabilitate, to modernize the Borno radio, television in such a way that BRTV can be watched all over the state. The Borno State Security Trust Fund intends to collaborate with UNDP and non-governmental agencies to train more numbers of volunteers, security agencies in various threats, to enable them to become more self-reliant and gainfully employed in readiness to their disengagement. Furthermore, the trust fund will key into government programs of reintegration, rehabilitation, and resettlement of repentant insurgents while consolidating on its gains in 2024. In the year 2025 fiscal year, government plans to renovate and equip all offices in the Council for Arts and Culture, as well as facilitate training programs, build cultural centers, theaters, and centers. In 2025, the Borno State government plans to equip the Borno radio, television. It will procure 2 10-kilowatt TV radio transmitter and studio equipment. Furthermore, it will install solar power energy to administrative block at Sakashim Ibrahim Way, and the broadcasting house along Shaulaminu, for the corporation to effectively undertake its functions. The sum of 8,163 million has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure, for the ministry and its agencies to effectively execute these projects. The sum of 27,174,550,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure, bearing in mind that the ministry has now been renamed as Ministry for Information and Internal Security. Ministry of Environment. In the year 2025, the ministry will plant 10 million trees in order to combat desertification. Erosion control measures will be put in place in Bargu town of Shani local government area, while the ongoing drainages in Gamda and Uba towns of Kaga and Naskira local government areas respectively will be completed. The Environmental Protection Agency plans to purchase buses, open trucks, computers, tires for trucks, official vehicles, chemical dustbins, as well as public toilets, develop dam sites and train staff. To enable the ministry and its agencies to execute these projects, the sum of 21 billion has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. We are very mindful of the 2024 flooding, and therefore, government will do everything possible to desilt and dredge Ribangadabun and Ribangada, as well as existing drainage within Jere, MMCPU, and Bama local government areas. Then on the issue of the dam, the committee has completed its assignment. They will submit their recommendations to my office very soon. We'll partner with the Northeast Development Commission in earnest and with the Federal Ministry of Water Resources in order to rehabilitate the Aloe Dam. But on my own side, as a major stakeholder, we shall fast-track the process and see what we can do at our own level, because we don't know whether we shall get support from the up or not, from the top or not. Finance and economic plan. The ministry will acquire and install computer software to upgrade the ministry's operational system requirements, rehabilitate offices and Borno State Central Store. It will procure utility vehicles to government officials, political office holders, and urban public transport. Furthermore, the ministry will organize capacity building and institutional strengthening to its staff and apply and advocate for more external grants to the state from development partners. The ministry will continue to pay salaries as when due, LIP grants, pension, and gratuities. Borno State Internal Revenue Service shall consolidate on its effort to increase revenue base of the state. In the year 2024, we have settled gratuities and pensions amounting to about 6 billion naira. You may recall that I promised to the people of Borno State that, inshallah, I will clear all outstanding gratuities before expiration of my tenure. And inshallah, I will do so. I will not relent in my effort in clearing the backlog of all gratuities. But bear with me. If not because of the flooding, by now, 70% of these entitlements have been paid, or have been paid. In the year 2025 fiscal year, the revenue service plans a revenue collection target of 30 billion naira. The service also intends to construct flat number manufacturing plant at its headquarters. It will also construct zonal revenue offices in some local government areas. For the ministry and the service to effectively carry out this project, the sum of 62 billion naira, 639,242,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditures for the year 2025. Most of these funds are going into payment of gratuities and salaries. Ministry of Budget and National Planning. Budget and Planning. The Ministry of Budget and Planning will conduct research on proper budget implementation and economic research in the state. This will enhance new innovations, inform policies, economic impact, and skill development in conducting new microeconomic intelligence on proper strategic planning of the whole state. To enable the ministry to undertake those programs, the sum of 4,424,550,000 has been allocated to the ministry for both capital and recurrent expenditure. Religious affairs. In 2025, government plans to sustain transportation of relief items, internal affairs, intergovernmental affairs. Transportation of relief items from custom warehouse to the state, consolidate on the smooth takeover of other NFAT program, and ensure effective supervision of SDG/MDG projects across the state. Sum of 8,372,400,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. The Justice Ministry. In 2025, government plans to reconstruct, renovate, and furnish all courts in the state, provide and install solar power, computerize and create website for the ministry. The ministry will engage its staff to participate in local and international conferences and workshops. In addition, it will purchase operational vehicles and laptops, as well as review and update all obsolete laws into the internet for easy access. Sum of 3,289,000,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. The Ministry for Local Government. In 2025, government plans to provide succor to the plight of the returning IDPs and flood-ravaged communities in Maiduguri, Jere, Konduga, Mafat, Dikwa, Bama local government, Domboa, among others. Government will also construct warehouses in local government areas across the state for storage purposes. The ministry will construct 500 housing units in selected locations in partnership with the state government under the joint development program, as I said so. In 2025 fiscal year, sum of 9,772,806,000 has been allocated to the ministry for both capital and recurrent expenditure. Ministry of Religious Affairs. In the year 2025, the ministry will engage in social reorientation program in order to promote peace building and social cohesion. Government plans to construct more places of worship centers in the state. In 2025, the Pilgrim Board will ensure the conduct of successful Hajj and Umrah as exercise. The board will also plan to develop Hajj management software and equip its offices with computers and relevant accessories to digitalize the board, as well as upgrade the solar power energy for steady power supply. It will also construct additional toilets to curtail open defecation during Hajj exercise, as well as construct the board fence to improve security. Sum of 8 billion, 994 million, 44 million, 219 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent. In trade and industry, in 2025, government plans to construct modern market in MMC and shopping complexes in local government areas. Also plans to rehabilitate and upgrade Maiduguri International Hotel, other hotels in the local government areas, and in Jimtilo Industrial Layout, as well as provide materials and finance support for the completion of the Maiduguri Inland Dry Port. The Borno Investment Company intends to maximize its returns on investment. It also plans to focus on diversifying its portfolio to generate returns that will support the company's growth through real estate development and community trading platform. The company will purchase blue chip shares to build up its quoted investment portfolio shares. The Monday Market Company plans to upgrade its facilities. The company will also procure waste disposal trucks and install solar-powered street lights to the Monday Market and Elkanemi vegetable market. Motor parks are to be rehabilitated. For the ministry and company to undertake its function effectively, sum of 18 billion, 366 million, 920,000 has been earmarked. Women affairs. In the 2025 fiscal year, government plans to rehabilitate all remand homes and correctional facilities. Government will also revive skill acquisition centers in the 3 senatorial zones and zones of Biu, Monguna, and MMC for the training of vulnerable women and widows across the state. Sum of 9 billion, 380 million, 109,000 has been allocated. Youth sports and poverty alleviation. In 2025, government intends to give livelihood support to vulnerable and less privileged individuals in the state, empower youths, give support to sports and alleviate poverty and invest in youth-oriented programs, among others. The ministry will also extend financial assistance to support active clubs and associations. Sum of 10 billion naira, 485 million, 89 million, 225,000 has been allocated. Government House. In the year 2025 fiscal year, government plans to complete the new governor's office complex, Presidential Lodge and Lagos House Lodges, install mass solar to all lodges and offices within outside the government. Additionally, it will assist security agencies and those affected by the flood and other numerous development projects in the state. Sum of 24 billion naira, 613,000 million, 500,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditures. Governor's Office. The Office of the Secretary of the State Government will consolidate on its gains of coordinating government businesses across ministries, departments, and agencies. The Governor's Office plans to construct a befitting international conference center at Maiduguri Police Ground. Equally, install solar power and provide furniture and equipment to offices in the Musa Osman Secretariat. The office will also construct and rehabilitate NYC permanent orientation camp and procurement of developmental vehicles. In the year 2025 fiscal year, the Office of the Head of Service plans to consolidate on the gains regarding the welfare of civil servants, conduct promotion examination to all deserving staff and training, and retraining of senior and middle cadre of civil servants. Sum of 18 billion, 108 million, 863,000 has been allocated. Civil Service Commission. In the year 2025 fiscal year, the Commission intends to construct drainage system within the office complex to avoid flooding and carry out renovation, furniture, purchase office materials, furniture, and electronics. It will establish data bank, promote the civil servants that successfully passed 2024 promotion examination, organize workshops, training of civil servants. Sum of 200 million naira has been allocated for both capital. Local government capital and recurrent. Local Government Service Commission. In the year 2025 fiscal commission, the commission plans to construct office building, purchase logistic vehicles, office furniture and fitting. It will interlock and landscape its premises and construct auditorium room. For the commission to execute this function, sum of 6.7 billion naira has been allocated. House of Assembly. The Borno State House of Assembly is one of the three arms of government charged with the constitutional responsibilities of lawmaking, carrying out oversight functions and representation to ensure peace, order, and good governance, among others. In the 2025 fiscal year, the House intends to continue with its statutory functions of legislation. In the 2025 fiscal year, the House of Assembly Service Commission also plans to purchase vehicles to the Commission and install solar systems in the offices. Sum of 8 billion naira, 16 million, 678,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. The State Independent Electoral Commission is charged with the responsibility to organize, undertake, and supervise election to local government council. To this effect, sum of 798,511,000 has been allocated to the Commission. Geographic Information System. In the year 2025 fiscal year, the agency intends to push further the urban renewal initiative by completing the process of designing and allocating lands made for various purposes along the ongoing Maiduguri Ring Road, Phase 1. The sum of 4,020 million has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. State Emergency Management. The agency plans to purchase operational vehicles, ambulances, and operational kits to enhance response to emergency. The agency will also give support to flood disaster victims and cash support to vulnerable households in the state. The sum of 9,244,630,000 has been allocated to the agency. Auditor General. The office and commission have been allocated the sum of 336 million naira for both capital and recurrent expenditure. Local government audit. In the year 2025, the office intends to recruit more staff to meet the manpower requirement of auditing the accounts of 27 local government areas and other agencies funded by the local government funds. For the office to effectively undertake its function, the sum of 527,495,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. Borno State Bureau on Public Procurement, the sum of 255 million naira, 52 million naira, 599,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure for the year 2025 fiscal year, for the Bureau to continue to publish contract information on the open contract data standard aimed at reducing abuses in government spending. Similarly, propose the training and retraining of procurement cadre in the state. Conclusion. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this budget presents an unwavering commitment to recovery and continuity in the face of the challenges we have encountered. It underscores our determination to continue to rebuild our communities, restore livelihoods, and create a safer and more prosperous environment for all our citizens. As we embark on this journey, we recognize that our success hinges on collaboration between government, civil society, private sector, and donor agencies. Together, we can drive sustainable growth, enhance public service, and ensure that no one is left behind. Let us embrace this opportunity to lay the groundwork for a brighter future, where every individual has the chance to thrive. Our support is vital as we move forward with this initiative, united in our vision for a resilient and flourishing society. Most importantly, I want to assure you that, inshallah, all these promises that we made shall be kept. And inshallah, if we are alive during the 2026 budget, I will come with a new scenario of budget presentation, whereby I will put in a tabular form all those promises that we made and how far have we gone on fulfilling the promises at the right-hand side. And I want to assure you that I will review all the budgets that I presented from the year 2020 to date and look into the possibility of implementing all those projects that we are promised to do so and we are yet to do so. I promise to complete all ongoing projects. Thank you for your trust and commitment to our shared goals that they have been rendering to the executive arm of this administration. Let me also use this opportunity to extend my profound appreciation to the members of the National Assembly that are here. You can see that unity among us. The 3 members of the Senate are here with us, and indeed all the members of the House of Representatives are here.